Hello everyone, I am Tacet and welcome to the Gems of War Invasions Week 21 Day 1 stream. So today, we got invasions that we've kind of already had before, oddly enough. We have invasions right now for elves, which is actually a troop that we already have. The troop that is currently within the rewards for the event this week. The weapon's new. But the troop is not. This is already in the game. You probably already have multiple copies of it because it's been in the Glory Gem Guild and VIP just drop table for ages now. It is currently not in the event key drop table, so do be mindful of that because this is from a completely different kingdom. It's from Shantang rather than from Zolkari. But still, it counts as the elf troop, and you probably have a bunch of them, and you might even have it maxed already, so you don't really need to buy up too far into the packs. I still bought up to tier 3 so we could help out the guild with a little bit of sigils, as well as the fact that it was only 250 gems for the weapon, and you still have to kind of decide if you want to go and just buy the weapon or do it that way. But I don't know, I think 250 gems to get there isn't too bad. But yeah, we end up saving ourselves another whole 250 gems and an orb, because we don't need to go to tier 4 plus orb. Nor do we need to really go any further because we already have this thing maxed. As long as you do enough to get all rewards for your guild, you're pretty much set. It looks like someone from my guild's actually going for a leaderboard too, so we might not even need it to buy tier 3. But oh well, if nothing else, we save some diamonds and other resources off of needing to get the weapon. We get a few more battles in there. But anyways, of course we are elf restricted. Oh, I didn't even set my team here from earlier. I did make a team, I just didn't bother using it or bother pasting it there yet. But this one right over here. And we're just going to go with the double of him because there's a good chance that most people do have multiple of him, of course, since he's been out for a while. So you've been able to just accumulate him randomly over time. But we'll go paste this in, and we'll pretty much just be going with a Tulio team. And then just Doomed Axe for cleanup. That is pretty much the whole premise. And should be fine. And we'll just go from there. Of course, we could go Weaver. We could go a few of the other combinations depending on how exactly we want to go about it. If he's low level range, it might actually even be a little bit better to go for the Weaver. But we'll try it this way, see how it goes. For very low level, it might be slightly slower going this way. For the later ones, it should be fine. Right here, we just do this onto yellow. Let me just make sure everything's off the board first. Take our yellow. And right here, just Doomed Axe wipe his entire team. Because the level range at this point is low enough that we can just one-shot it all. That's the game plan at the moment. Also, hello everyone! Hope all of you have been having a good day so far. Hello Jefferson, hello Army X-Tube, hello Birdleaf, hello Isabel. Hello, Mark the Punk. Hello, Haley. Hello, Jellybean. Hello, Captain. Hello, Bill. Hello, let's see, I think that's everyone. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone else. Okay, so, what do we want? We want that Tulio. Absolutely love Tulio. Grab that for a yellow. Get a poke on the non-existent tower. Actually, I probably should have killed Valraven. That would have made the most amount of sense. There we go. Still would have died next turn regardless. Obviously don't want to risk the feeding Valraven mana. Definitely need to avoid that when we can. But hello, Arditero. Hello, Brian. Hello, Anderson. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Another Valraven. We're getting a lot of Valravens all of a sudden. But we'll grab... actually, gotta take green directly. So we can get Tulio up immediately. And then do that. And then destroy everything. So we'll actually target this correctly and kill that in case it randomly feels like getting a bunch of yellow. And then dead. Good evening, Joseph. Welcome. But yeah, if I'm not mistaken, if you don't want to go and buy any into this event, since it's mostly repeat stuff other than the weapon that you can just craft in Soulforge, I believe it is possible to get all rewards by spending nothing. Do keep in mind you might not be able to get all guild rewards, but as far as the normal base rewards of like the 85 gems and the orb that it ends up giving, I'm pretty sure that's soloable without actually spending any into it, assuming you don't lose any Valravens and you don't lose any battles. You finally got to catch a live stream. Well, thanks for stopping by, AG Walker. You won't be able to stay the entire stream? That's fine. Mostly just going to be starting with evasions, handing out code, and then probably just messing around with dailies, and then getting a little bit more Barbarian XP. Definitely want to get at least one level, so we can go get it maxed tomorrow. 100% need to go do that. Okay, we'll throw down to yellow for now. Because obviously our main way of winning at the moment is just throw down Doomed Axe and get our kill. There's a few other troops that can do the same, like Rakdoon Weaver, and pretty much any elf damage source that happens to use yellow would end up working as our last slot if we wanted to change it out for something else, if you don't have Doomed Axe. Yeah, we'll take green immediately. Do the same premise again. Wait a turn, throw a poke there. I think we finally don't have enough damage to kill. Never mind, we still do. Let's see, we'll go for this. Well, glad you're staying up for Anderson. Greatly appreciated. And if anyone has any questions, do let me know. Otherwise, wiping out some invasions is going to be a good majority of the earlier part of this stream. Oh, what do we even grab here? I'll take that for now. The only problem with taking that yellow is now we have less yellow to actually boost ratio our thing off of. But we kind of have to just because the team is so dependent on it. And unfortunately, he's going to live there, so I'm just going to do that to poke. And then we'll get some amount of alignment there, and that should clean it up off the skulls. Hello, Original! Hello, Zex! Welcome, welcome. And too bad we don't need Priest XP. I was considering using a different hero class for just to give us some XP. But Priest does end up working a little bit better. And there's a Valraven Tower. We'll go for green for now. See if we can get another little bit in there. Oh wait, why did I do that? We already had full. Fail. Now we really have full. Okay, do we have alignment? Yes, we do. Perfect. So did that, dead. And it gets cleaned up by skulls. And we do 5 times damage if it ever becomes a tower in first slot, which will definitely melt to that much skull spam. And we have a second one as backup. So he's in the first slot. We're going to need to deal with that. Never mind. That was quick. Valraven first slot. Already dead. Before this battle really even gets to start. And that's one nice thing about having those potion effects too. It does help speed them up. Even though we only bought 3 potions, the first 2 have a good majority of the benefit. The first 2 potions give you enchant all allies, as well as the 4 explosions, 1 per troop at the beginning of battle. So you get quite a bit of value out of that as far as speed. Did we just grab this? Yeah, this should be the kill. There we go. Easy enough. I believe we stopped killing as consistently once we reach the next set, though. But it shouldn't be too big a deal. I'm almost considering making the Weaver switch at that point. Just because we get an explosion, then we can just double kill to double kill. Assuming they don't barrier. Which seems like the way to go. We can feed it the exact same way we're already doing as well. So we'll take a poke, and that should kill. They ever so slightly live. And now they don't. Hello, Tyranny! Welcome. Also, I'm running with 20% mana start and 8 magic at the moment, as far as our metals are concerned. And that just allows us to do more damage as well as them. And the 8 damage, of course, gets multiplied by 5 when we hit towers for a total of 40. Alright, nothing really good to go for here. I guess we'll grab some yellows. Green's the main thing we want to be taking initially with this team. If we take so much yellow, we could also get a fed that way. And then just do it on yellow again, so we can go do this cast. Doesn't even necessarily matter if we get alignment, but definitely helpful when we do. Because they shouldn't really be able to kill us at this level range when we miss our skulls. They'll do some damage to us, but it won't be a kill. Let's see. What do we even need here? Let's take skull for now. What does WTB stand for? I'm not even sure. But yeah, Weaver works decent for it. As long as you still have enough magic or enough damage on it to kill, it gets a bunch of explosions. Obviously, you reach a point where that quickly becomes not possible to use. But while it's still usable, it's fine. It's mostly only useful for the first few, I would say. Unless you're running a full true damage team of elves. There's quite a few true damage elves out there. Oh, you'll want to buy Weaver. Oh, okay. He is in event key drop table right now. But it's random drop. There's no way to get it off a guarantee. But Arachnean Weaver is the most useful thing in drop table right now. Or actually, there's 2 really useful things. Web Spinner and Arachnean Weaver. Both of which are an event key. The Web Spinner is way more obtainable as far as its drop rate. And in many instances, probably more useful too. Not for invasions though. For one, you can't even use it in invasions. It doesn't count as an elf, unfortunately. So you can't even use it this Thursday event either. But its biggest benefit, of course, is the triple skull damage that it has. Alright, let's do this on yellow. Feels so weird having constant enchant, but not only do we get enchant off of pretty much everything we cast, but we also have it at start of battle. So we pretty much never not have enchant for the most part with this team. So grab that down. Unfortunately, we didn't get skull poke, but it won't really matter. Anything kills it out, and he's dead. Also, given that we bought a little bit less sigils, we're actually going to run out even quicker than we normally do. But not if we keep founding Viraven towers, we won't. It's still going to go down a little bit quicker than normal. Hold it down yellow there. We still have to wait a turn until we get a poke down, so we'll just go kill Viraven tower just to secure the kill. We'll do this even if it has no alignment. At least we got one poke there. And he's already dead. Have the devs said what kingdom the new faction is tied to? They haven't said it, but we already know what it is, and we have for a while. It's Shentang. Next faction is associated to Shentang Kingdom. They'll be going over later today in about an hour. As soon as we end this stream, they'll be doing that stream. Let's see. Take that down. They normally start around 9:30. By 9:30, I mean 9:35 or 9:40. Similar to how we are normally like a few minutes off. They normally are too. There's a lot of unsuspecting things that can happen like right before you start a stream that just ends up delaying it a little bit. Let's see. I'll take that down for now. And he's dead. I was like, hello, Remingford. Welcome. Have the devs... I might already mention that. Let's see. Yeah, also, opening event keys is a pretty good way to get the kingdom maxed. It is now possible to get 10 star Zolkari. Actually, it's possible to reach 11, but 10 star is particularly relevant because 10 star gives you a +1 magic bonus. It's one of the 3 +1 magic bonuses that are available this week. The first one, and that's the most obtainable one as well. The first one is from getting level 10, or power level 10, sorry, this 10 star level onto Zolkari. The second one is going to be this Friday when we end up getting it from the new faction that's going to be coming out. And then the third will be from... Oh, wait, not the new faction. I mean, gosh. I mean, yeah, the new faction. Yeah, I was right the first time. For a second, I was like thinking, wait, it doesn't help upgrade a kingdom. But never mind, duh. It's from the Renown. But yeah, the first one is from the new troop that came in, which allows Zolkari to go from 9 stars to 11, at which 10 gives you the extra stat for Zolkari reaching 10 star. The second one is this Friday, where the Renown from the new faction, not the troops, but specifically the Renown, if you happen to get an ultra high amount at 4,400 Renown, would end up giving you an additional magic. And the third one is luck-based, but if we get a single purple deed task this week, if you've gotten every single purple deed in the past, you should be able to get your second purple kingdom maxed. And that will be available at some random day this week, most likely. It's not guaranteed, but there's a pretty good chance we'll randomly get a purple this week. Even if it's only epic rarity, it'll be enough. If you've gotten every single purple deed since then, aside from the money ones. If you've gotten some of the money ones, you probably already have a second Magic Kingdom maxed. Potentially. Let's see. If they came last week, I believe last week was still the previous cycle. Let me go double check. I'll let you know. Because I know the cycle just repeated recently. But I forget which ones were and were not on it. We can check in 1 second. Where to go? That's not the right page. One moment. Let's click to return to main menu. And where to go? Where did it go? Trying to find the thing. The drop table for it. Oh, there it is. No, that one's not it. There it is. Soul Forge history. Found it. Okay, what's the rotation currently? Rotation is... these are not going to be available for a very long time. And they are Wolf Garrick, Shabanu Vespera, Champion of Anu, Aquaticus, Ketris the Bull, and everything available this week. So, as far as Possessed King and what was the other one you were mentioning? Wild Queen, I think you said? They are available potentially pretty soon, even though they were relatively... they were only like a few weeks ago. They were on the previous rotation. So for all we know, they could be next week. The only 8 that are guaranteed not going to be happening anytime soon are all the ones from last week and all the ones from this week, which are, as I just mentioned, Wolf Garrick, Shaban of Vespera, Champion of Anu, Aquaticus, and of course everything this week, which is War, Catches the Bull, Draculus, and Death. Those are all the ones that will not be available for a while. However, everything else was on previous rotation, so even things like... that's interesting. Shaban of Vespera actually happened 2 weeks in a row. I didn't even notice that. Interesting. But yeah, that can happen because of how rotations fall. But yeah, she was available side by side, which is kind of weird. Kind of weird, but it happens sometimes, depending on when it drops. But anyways, let's see. Oh yeah, and here's the page for it, by the way. For any of you that want to check yourself. Has all the Soul Forge information. There you guys go. But yeah, the rotation just reset the other week, which is why they're all back in the drop table already, even though they just recently happened. Okay, we'll go for the tower kill. Why not? And then we'll go get our doomed hit over there. Actually, I'm gonna go get some yellows because we actually need that to go get the doom hit, and then he's dead. There we go. Free hiking Iron Gut. He's available eventually. Soon, TM. Hello, Osman. Welcome. Oh, I hate when they explode something right at the start. Get rid of our extra turn. Not like we really need the color, but still. We'll get that up. Do it on green. I mean, on yellow, obviously, which covers everything we have. Grab our little bit of mana. We'll try for Alpha Sky. Didn't get it, but we got some greens randomly, so I guess that works. We have some amount of alignment on this. Not a lot. We'll still go for it just for the pokes, because why not? We can then just go for additional pokes. He'll poke us. We poke him. And do down yellow again. Do we have a drop for that? No, but we'll go for that. And looks like I'm going to have to waste a poke there, because we can then just kill it with that, and then he's dead. Did you see they buffed the Will of Nisha slightly? Will of Nisha? Did they? What did it change did they make? I didn't see anything on the notes mentioning that. Let me see. What weapon is that? I assume that's a weapon. What's Will of Nisha? Oh, you mean a troop that's coming up? Never mind. What was the Will of Nisha? I don't think I ever bothered looking it up. That's not something that exists right now. Oh, yeah, that's the Mythic. Never mind. That's the Mythic that's coming up. I did look that up. What buff did they make? Let me double check. That's why I don't normally go over them ahead of time, because they almost always get changed. So load page, load. It might just be quicker going back to the main menu and then reloading the other one. It actually is quicker doing that. Fail. But let's just do that. What am I looking for? The new Mythic. Let's see. What change did they make to it? Steal 3 magic from all enemies. Still useless. Let me click refresh to make sure it's actually updated. Let's see. Okay. So what did they change? It now steal 3 magic from all enemies, which is the same. Then deal magic plus 1 damage to them. Oh, okay. So she doesn't have half magic anymore. She does the full amount. So at least her damage isn't horrifically bad now. Because before it was weaker than like everything. Like it might as well have just been a legend if even that at that point. They gave it 50% spell reduction. Not sure what it had prior. And also it still has the same final trait. So they replaced out some trait it had, I completely forget which, for 50% spell reduction, and it gave it full damage off its AoE. Is this enough to fix it? Also, I think they lowered the mana cost by 2. It's 22 currently. I think it might have been 24 before. But is it still going to be viable, or is it going to be viable now? Probably not. It is one of the better 50% spell reduction troops, if nothing else, and that does synergize pretty well with gaining 1 to all stats every single turn. The biggest concern that I still have with it is it doesn't have any board control. It's basically a Yagway if they minus the board control as far as its ability is concerned. It is really similar to that kind of setup. And I feel like that's going to be a really big downside. Not just that, but it's also a full AoE, which while this is technically more damage than a Yagway, it does make it countered by Submerge. So if you're up against a Submerge team, this thing is basically just going to be a weird magic tank without really much of anything else going on. I still feel like they need board control, even if they raise the mana cost to give it to it. Like some kind of yellow to purple or something to make it work. Something to feed back into itself. Otherwise, it's just going to be a more useless version of Yagway that happens to have 50% spell reduction and happen to be able to synergize with purples. But at least it's better now. Like, it's not useless, at least. It still seems rather underwhelming, though. It might still be ever so slightly above average, just because there aren't too many good 50% spell reduction troops in the game. I still feel like Tina will be better than it, as far as spell reduction troops are concerned. Also, I have a pet. I should go do that real quick. But I don't know. It just doesn't seem like it's going to be worth it. Unless they add board control to it. Or they do something else to revamp it a bit. Anyways, let's go take out this pet. Ugh. Yeah, gem convert's the last thing it needs to be viable. If they did that, even if they increased the mana cost, it would actually be good. Even if they increased it to like 24, 25. It really needs board control. Is equipping pets purely cosmetic? Yes, equipping pets is purely cosmetic. There is no actual benefit to equipping a pet, other than just the visual of it. All pets are always active for every battle that you do. For example, on this Wednesday, we're going to be getting a... it's a pet that's already released, but if you haven't gotten it yet, it's an EXP pet. A pet that gives you anywhere from 1% to 5% EXP, depending on how much you've gotten it upgraded. And while this does not sound like that much of a bonus, you have to keep in mind that this applies to every battle that you ever do. So it starts adding up to be quite a bit. And even though it's only something like a 5% EXP bonus when maxed, it's actually one of the better pets in the game, just because it applies to every battle that you ever do. Whereas most other pets obviously don't do anything in most of the battles you do. Even though they're always active, they're based on a condition that would normally not active or not be active in most battles, because they have some kind of specific team bonus or something else that's only ever so rarely applicable. Whereas something like an EXP bonus is applicable to every battle you ever do. And applies to every battle you ever do, even if it's not equipped. But yeah, it's one of the better three. All three of the resource ones are pretty good. The Mini Mimic, which does gold. The Moon, which does souls. And the Lucky, which does EXP. And Lucky's available this Wednesday if you haven't already gotten it. And if you do already have it, you can get more copies. Luckily, he just created some reds for us. That's kind of convenient. I need that mana. Fortunately, no extra turns for it, but it will. Grab that, take our destroy, go from there. If it'll let me. What is the best way to raise hero stats? What do you mean by hero stat? You mean getting EXP for it? Spamming Explore 2 or 3 with a quick kill team is the quickest way to go and gain EXP in general. Both class EXP and hero EXP in the current state of the game. Cedric dropped you a Valraven? That can be either good or bad. That can be good if you had 0 copies of it, though bad if otherwise. But yeah, he has a really wide drop table. He has drops that have basically 0 value, like getting another common that you already have, all the way to hundreds of gems value, like off of orbs, or quite literally a 250 gem drop, among other things. Oh, okay, it's good. It's your first copy. Yeah, I still need to get a copy of what's his name, of the Mechanome. I still don't have a copy of it yet. It's the only thing we're missing. I'm not in any rush to get it though, obviously, because I'm hoarding my vault keys. We'll get it whenever we start just throwing them all down. What do we grab here? Grab that. Our manas. Unfortunately, we do not have enough damage to kill, and I don't think it's worth going out our way for that skull. Oh, never mind. That's still enough. Never mind. Next battle is the one that we don't have enough. It's the 7th and 8th where we run out of damage to one-shot it. Yeah, that was 6. These two are the ones we don't, unless we just randomly get a skull, which would be ideal. We could just get a skull while we try getting full mana. There we go. That's not going to give us the mana we want, though, but oh well. We got our skull poke. And the reason I want that is we could set that up into a key, so that the key actually extra turns now. So now we'll go and drop down key. And then we just keep repeating it. Hello, Liz! Welcome! Glad you could join us. And now basically every single time we get a key kill, which is the whole reason why we took the skull. I think for the final battle, depending on how much stats they have or everything else, we might need to double skull them. But once we get to that point, we can start just doing key to key to key and keep getting extra turn for every single one, which is normally how you want to set this up for the final 2 battles. Yeah, vault keys can be pretty annoying to get. Vault events are the easiest way to try accumulating a bunch of them. Outside of that, the best guarantee keys that you can get are from various events. For example, tomorrow you can get a pretty easy one off of doing the invasion event. So, of course, we'll have an invasion event for Stonesong Airy tomorrow. Covered a video going over some teams for that, but that'll be available tomorrow, and you can go and end up getting a guarantee vault key, I believe, off the 6 reward, if I'm not mistaken. Pretty sure it was 6. I believe 4 is an orb, 6 is a key, and 8 is orb again, if I'm not mistaken. And assuming you don't lose any battles and you don't lose any Vow Ravens, and you do every battle in the Delves, you can do that for only 30 gems, which is pretty good loot. Getting a vault key and 2 or random orbs among a few other loots for only 30 gems. It takes about an hour or 2 to do, sometimes less. But we've been getting pretty decent time on them recently. I think it actually has been taking us like closer to 45 minutes to get them done. Depends what teams we decide to go for. But anyways, let's go claim all this. Got all the pets done. Get our writs, which we can go move into purples. Actually, has my guild completed out the purple tree? I don't think we have yet. I think I'm 2 purple short. Or technically 3 if I haven't completed out already. But after I get all the rewards, I believe we're 2 short. If we go over to guild and check over on our... actually, let's claim those as well. If we check over at this... Oh, good. My guild did end up completing out purple. Actually, we almost completed out everything. It's got yellow and brown to still go. So that means we have the max amounts. Then, with that being said, let's go convert into writs. And then see the fact that we're 2 short. How disappointing. If we go do this, we can go get 2. Boom. Get them into magic, of course. And now we are 2 short of getting a maxed out kingdom, which I'll probably put into Darkstone. But never mind, we're 1 short. Yo, you gotta be kidding me. How taunting. We are 1 single purple short of having a level in this thing. Give me the level. How many writs are we short? That'd be fun if we just get a random writs this week and it's enough to actually make us get a scroll. What's the easiest way to check that? Go over here, go to inventory. There's not an easy way. They said they were potentially eventually adding it to Soulforge. It currently doesn't show anywhere in Soulforge how many writs you have. Where is the writs? Oops, I just moved something on my stream setup. Oh no, it's an invisible thing. Never mind. That doesn't matter. The thing I had moved just had no effect on anything. But anyways, misclicks. Let me go find the writs. We have 20. Okay, so one little random one like that won't be enough, unfortunately. That is quite unfortunate. We are 1 single purple deed short of a maxed out another +1 Magic Kingdom for our 2nd Magic Kingdom. Of course, we already did Silverglade. Next one we'll probably do Darkstone. We don't currently know, I don't think, which one of the 3 will have a faction next between Kakarot, Darkstone, and Blight of Lands. But between their best bonuses, Darkstone has the best bonus of the 3 because they actually have useful troops they would use on occasion. Plus, it has Plague Lord hero class, which is a pretty decent hero class overall. But yeah, hopefully we'll get lucky and just see purple on the adventure board sometime this week. Of course, obviously we don't have it today, but hopefully we'll see it at some point. Oh yeah, I don't have my team set up because I overrid it, didn't I? I think I kept it in a notepad over here, so I'm gonna go get it. Where's my team? Explore 3. What do we overwrite? What of all this do I not need? Well, we already got our invasion team set up, so let's go get rid of this. Paste team. Why won't you let me paste? Did I add a space or something? Oh, because I added the name of it too. There we go. Paste team. Manage team. Rename Explore 3. There we go. Aha! And now we could go run with this. Oops. Stop reordering. Okay. And let's go clear these out real quick. If the troop says burn enemies when doing skull damage, does it burn first and then skull damage? Or skull damage then burn? That order shouldn't matter for any interaction in the entire game. However, it should burn after, not before. So if you have like a trait, if you had like, actually, never mind. It depends on the order in which it appears in the ability. If you had in your ability the ability to both burn and to do double damage on to a troop. The order in which it applies is based on the order that it is within the ability, because Web Spinner set that precedent. With Web Spinner, it has its web as a higher up trait, and for that reason, since it's slightly higher up than the final trait, it allows it to do the triple damage on Skull to webbed. So it gets to do the web, and then it gets to do that damage. So if that interaction was to ever exist in the game, it would do the extra damage if and only if the burn was at a higher state than the doing extra damage to burning. There's nothing on him that gets to burn first, though. Sunspear doesn't have anything that burns on Skull. He has a burn option, but it's not on Skull. I believe it's whenever you get a death. Or whenever you get a kill, I mean. It's based on something, but it's not based on whenever you take a Skull. Obviously, it's triple damage on Skull, but not burn. You just got home. How long has the stream been going on for? About half an hour or so. And we'll probably be going for about another 45 minutes or so. Mostly just doing some invasions and getting all of our normal stuff done for today. Then we're probably getting at least one barbarian level. So we can go get that thing to 70 and go do it for a video. Yeah, burn a random enemy when an ally dies. However, that at no point would trigger at the same time as your Skull. Unless your Skull happens to kill yourself, but then you wouldn't have that troop anymore. You finally unlocked the final 3 kingdoms to get the Soulforge. Nice. It's taken a while. One thing to keep in mind once you have Soulforge unlocked is to make sure you always level it up for free. Don't ever spend gems on leveling up your Soulforge. It'll have various intervals where you need to get a certain amount of kills, and then you get it leveled up for free. You'll need to do this 10 times to get it all the way to max, or 9 times actually, since I believe it starts at level 1. It's either 9 or 10 times. But only do it when you can do it for free. It's a complete waste of gems to bother power leveling it. And you also have to do this manually. It doesn't just automatically upgrade for free. It'll show you that you have enough to do it for free, and then you have to go and click it before you can start earning free kills for the next one. Oh, hello, Locknor! Glad you can make it. I'll probably have a code soon as well, which does remind me, I need to go ask Salty for more codes tonight. I still didn't ask her yet. It's pretty easy to do when she's going to be doing a stream. To a reminder of that. How much time was on this thing? 7 minutes, but we already finished it out. Okay, let's just clear out dungeons real quick. Might as well just use this theme. Actually, we should probably switch to Phoenicia one. I already have this set up, the trait set up as well for it. And I've been using armor right now. Which would be the better one for this team, of course. Oh, we have such good alignment. I have to go for that. I can't not go for it. It's just asking to get hit. And he's dead. I'm gonna get Phoenicia for like 2 battles in here. Where's Phoenicia? No, you're here. Get our easy instant kills. I should be using pure magic with her though. She currently has 8 less damage than what she would normally have. But oh well, hopefully that's still enough to kill all these. So Earth's Fury showed up in the flash offer today. You assume you should get it? Yes, it's a pretty good offer. It's one of the better weapons in the game. It's also really good for invasions. It's kind of interesting that they're trying to sell it this week to some people. Not sure if that's just against everyone who doesn't have it or what, but I wouldn't be surprised if they deliberately tried making it for this week, because the most useful thing for Earth's Fury is actually to run it for invasions. I think I ended up mentioning that in the video too. Before invasions, you can end up using an Earth's Fury with these things and just feeding it a bunch of attack, and then you get a 5 times damage off of that. You basically get 1.66 more value off of doing it that way compared to using a Mang. Is it coming soon on Soulforge? It comes during, I believe, Broken Spire, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. We'll grab that over. Grab the other thing. Take our green. And at this point, we can almost just poke it to death. But we'll go kill out one of these. Get our Tulio to do our thing. Ideally have alignment, which we don't have, so we'll just poke and then he's dead. Off of this thing. There we go. But let me double check. When is our Earth's Fury coming in? So Earth's Fury is from the kingdom of... I'm pretty sure it was Broken Spire. That sounds correct. No, it's Groshnock. One of them is Broken Spire. What's from Broken Spire? Is that Mang? I know something important from Broken Spire. Doomed Club. Oh, and Flamerfur. Yeah, Doomed Club and Flamerfur. More particularly Flamerfur. But both of them are pretty decent. Are the ones from Broken Spire. But yeah, it's from Groshnock. So that means our next Groshnock event that we get will be... you'll be able to get Earth's Fury. And our next Groshnock event is in... I don't have a page open for it. 1 second. Oh, yes, I do. The next Groshnock event is in March the 16th. So yes, on March 16th, basically 1 month from today, you'll be able to get Earth's Fury for free with in-game resources. Though do keep in mind it will cost this much. It will cost you 3 Celestial, 600 red, 15,000 souls, 600 brown, and 300 diamonds. But in about a month from now, for that week, you'll be able to buy it for those amount of resources. The only difference with the cost of that compared to this weapon is you'll need 600 brown instead of 600 green. And that's available in a month. So instead of spending $5, you could wait a month and getting it then, if you want to do it that way. But yeah, Earth's Fury is coming in about a month through in-game resources. Though it's still good to have. And if nothing else, you can use it for this invasion event if you wanted to. What am I looking for? I'm looking for invasions. I'm like looking on the map as if it's a location. Let's go finish out these battles. They'll probably give out code as soon as we finish out those battles as well. I used the $5 to buy a watch. Actually, I've been starting to use the alarm clock that's, or an alarm clock app on my phone. And it actually ends up working out pretty well. Like one random one that I ended up downloading. It's probably like one of the best alarm clocks I've ever used. It has never not woken me up, which is a problem I've had with a lot of alarm clocks in the past. But it's really good at doing the whole waking up thing. Which I've had some issues with in the past is because I'm a really heavy sleeper. Let's see, we'll go for that. Get our pokety poke. We should have enough sigils to get through 2 more whole sets, assuming Val Ravens provide. We'd need to find 2 more Val Ravens within 9 battles. We currently have 7, but it's going to be 9 because we're guaranteed going to be getting at least 1 Val Raven within that amount. There's no way we wouldn't. And these skulls I'm just ignoring. It might seem weird that I'm ignoring them, but because they're not towers, we actually get pretty bad value with trying to poke them. Unless we do skull spam pokes. Like so. Fortunately, we did not cascade anything there, but we just poke him for the kill. What kingdoms are goblins from? Zhejian. Zhejian is where pretty much every goblin in the entire game is. I think like 95% of goblins are there or something. I think there might be like 2 goblins total that aren't in that location. Let's see. We'll get a poke. It's kind of in the middle of the map, a little bit towards the left, top left, kind of. Around that area. Yeah, do keep in mind, earlier on in the game, they added a new feature about several months ago, where when you upgrade kingdoms, when you do the leveling for them, of which you one thing that you should be focusing eventually is getting all kingdoms to level 10. But along the way to doing that, you do get various troops from the kingdom, like lower rarity troops. And some of the goblin ones definitely aren't that bad. I forget which kingdoms have the absolute best options for that. I don't think I ever did cover a video on that. I really should. There's a lot of data we have to go look through to actually figure out what to mention for that, though. But I don't think anyone has actually ever covered it yet. The best ones to go to level up first. Because it does take a little while to get every single kingdom to level 10. Especially if you're playing 100% free to play. And by level 10, I mean kingdom level, not power level. Power level takes even longer to get to level 10. The one that specifically requires gold is the one I'm referring to when I say level. Or kingdom level. Let's see, we'll throw that down. Get our Pokety Pokes. Pokety Poke 1, Pokety Poke 2. And hopefully have something good off of this. However, him doing that just kind of ruined that, so let's go for yellow. Get a little bit of manas there. Take our free reds, because why not? Poke him with it. Now the AoE will kill, however we don't have it, so let's take that. Get another poke. Come on, give us a skull. Here, we'll make it so you have to take one. There we go, and that's enough to kill. Yeah, most guilds do not expect gold from anyone who's below 10 to all, or level 10 all kingdoms. Generally speaking, you should not donate a single cent of gold to any guild prior to having level 10 all kingdoms. Mostly because it's that important to go get level 10 all kingdoms first. Not only does he give you a nice variety of troops, but it also gives you a decent amount of stats, which helps give you get into mid-game. Without those stats, a lot of things will just completely crush you. Particularly things like even just pet battles and stuff like that. Once you get those stats, they become quite a bit easier. And then the next milestone after that is 5-star all kingdom, which is similar in that it gives that whole set of stats that you just got from getting level 10 to you once again, once you end up doing that. And you can get it a third time once you get every single kingdom to level 10. And at this point, almost every single kingdom can be level 10. Of course, we just got level 10, specifically 11, Zolkiri today. And I believe there's only a few kingdoms left, like 3 or 4, I think 4, that are not tenable at this current moment in time. What do we grab here? Oh, so if you have level 10 all kingdom, you're pretty much end game at that point. That was what I mentioned a while back, would basically be considered end game. And that might change into the future as more content gets added to the game. But level 10 all kingdom is pretty much end game at that point, if you happen to reach that point. But I think there's only a few left. There's, what's the full list? Droxzoom, which is missing troops. It has hero class, but doesn't have the troops. So there's Droxzoom. There's Cinemirage, which is the furthest away. It doesn't have a hero class, which we'll be getting in 2 months, nor does it have the troop amount. Shenteng, oddly enough. What is Shenteng missing? It has a hero class, doesn't it? I never realized Shenteng had so few troops. Oh, never mind. It doesn't have... Monk hero class is coming in a few weeks. And that's what's going to bring that up. And oddly enough, Blade of Lands, this one's still missing troops. Oddly enough. Which has been out for a while. I guess we just haven't had too many events for it. But it's missing exactly 1. So, yeah, there's only 4 kingdoms that cannot be 10-starred. Cinemirage, Shenteng, though Shenteng will be the next one to get it in a few weeks. Blighted Lands, and Droxzoom. Those are the only 4 kingdoms in the game that cannot be 10-starred. But they will be very soon. This one in a couple weeks, and the other one's probably within the next few months. Because all Blighted Lands needs is 1 event. I think Cinemirage might still be a while. Even once it gets its hero class, I think it still needs like 2 whole events before it has enough troops. Unless they make all the Apocalypse troops Cinemirage troops, which is something they were considering in the past but never did. Droxzoom, I believe, is only missing 1 or 2 troops. No, they're actually missing 3. Wow. Droxzoom and Cinemirage were the last 2 kingdoms added to the game, which is one of the reasons why they have so few troops. Still kind of surprised Blade of Lands hasn't gotten it, though. Blade of Lands has been out quite a bit longer than some of these other areas. But anyways, what were we doing? Let's go finish out the invasions. I think we still have several battles in there. Yep, 3 more. And we'll probably get 1 more Valraven in there. Good night, 4-0. Catch you later. Speaking of Valraven, there you are. Found it. What do we grab? What do we grab? I almost want to take Skull just to try killing it out quickly. Because it's Valraven. We don't want escaping, of course. So just out of safety's sake, I'm going to overkill it with that. And now we have 3 towers, so a little bit easier to go and kill these out since we actually get 5 times skull damage now. It's kind of weird that going further actually makes it easier, but in this case it does. Because now we can actually utilize the invasion siege breakers a little bit better. Oh, never mind. Good night, HD Walker. I didn't see the other message. My bad. AG Walker is the one who's going to bed for now. Let's see, AG Walker. Catch you later. Which kingdoms still don't have a hero class? There are only 2 kingdoms that currently do not have a hero class. Shentang, which is going to be getting it next in a few weeks. And Sinner Mirage, which is going to be getting it in about a month and a few weeks. And those are the only 2. They are the only 2 in the entire game without a class. Also, 4.8 patch is likely to be addressing what on earth is happening with hero classes. Because they're going to be doing some kind of format, obviously, once every single hero class has been added to the game. And what kind of revamp they're going to be doing and what kind of hero class rework, we don't really know. But hopefully the beta test will start in soon, TM. And hopefully they'll share some stuff publicly. But we'll find out soon, hopefully. Should have that patch by, like, early April or so, most likely. Though no official date has been given. Yeah, she has a unique voice line? I never even realized that. He says, like, the unlimited power of the universe or something. Yeah, from the unlimited power of the universe. Is that only him? That's a weird troop to give a unique voice line to. But I don't recall anything else having that voice line. I wish they would add more voice lines, though. They repeat a lot of them in the game. I don't recall anything else having that voice line, though. It's very rare to see any troops that still have a unique one. It's because they tend to recycle them. Oh, that's not what I meant to cast. Oh well. Hopefully we have alignment on this. No, we do not, of course. So we'll just do that, and then kill with that. Or we could just stick in skull as well. I know, they still need to get the new testers. Otherwise, they have no one to test with. Also, unless we get Valraven here, this is our last battle for now. Of course we get Valraven. Maybe we'll get 2 Valravens. We can get all the way to full rewards if we do. Okay, you can't take any yellow here, so we'll go grab that. Take the purples. Grab ourselves a... I don't even know what I want here. I guess we'll grab a green. Just so we can go get our mana up for everything off those yellows. One instance where removing the yellow actually would have been good. We'll poke with that. See if we have anything. Nope. Do another poke. And then we just go kill it with this. And he's dead. Match. So is elemental class ever going to happen? If they do reworks to hero classes, it could. However, all the 2 new classes, neither of which are going to be elemental. But there's a possibility that they're going to be doing a rework in version 4.8 that will be doing something to hero classes, as well as possibly changing up the typings. For example, Warden would very likely be changed to War Gear rather than a Beast. And some random hero class, maybe Dervish or something, I'm not sure. But some kind of hero class will probably be changed to Elemental, but just kind of have to wait and see. But there's a good chance, so it hasn't been confirmed, that they're finally doing the reworks to hero classes next patch. So we'll see exactly what they do with that, if that happens to be the case. We don't know if that is the case, but it seems likely. Because they're going to be having to do something for heroes soon anyways, because they're going to run out of hero classes. And obviously they still want something to keep going for classes after that point. What exactly they're doing, we don't really know, but they're going to do something. Let's see. We'll grab that poke for now. Take our reds over. I should have taken the top red first. Luckily it stayed in place. Grab that. Get our pokety poke. Hope for a purple there. Unfortunately, did not cascade that skull, but we just go for the hit over there. The other hit, feed the yellow off our... Oops, that's not what I meant to do. I meant to cast you again. But that's fine, because you just gave us alignment, and that's a win. Nice. When is the date of this patch? No date has been confirmed. However, based on last year, it's probably early to mid-March. I mean, sorry, early to mid-April, not March. But it's probably early to mid-April is the next patch. Though no official date has been given. Did they ever even add the forum to the beta yet? I keep saying that like every single day. I don't think they have. I wish they would already. So I can share it with everyone. Speaking of that, I haven't handed out a code yet. Let me go do that. I'm on like my code page right now. Let's see. Did I use this one? I believe the answer is yes. So let's use the one below. Just in case, let me check this one though. Yep, that one is used. That I already knew. Let's see. That one is not used, which is what I thought. Just wanted to double check to make sure we didn't skip one. And here you guys go. Here's the redeem code. Use it on gemsofwar.com underneath the game code section. Your invite code can be found underneath your settings menu. Redeem code is right over there in chat. Just copy paste the random numbers and letters. And use it on gemsofwar.com underneath the game code section. Or simply click that link. And yeah, invite code is in bottom left, whatever your game says there. So what you end up putting in. Give the same loot as always. 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. And I need to go ask Salty for more codes tonight. And there you guys go. Enjoy, everyone. It's only usable on PC mobile version, of course. Let's see. What was that asking? Do I know French? I unfortunately do not know French. I do have a few French friends, though. But I do not know how to speak French. And they sometimes speak French around me, and I have no clue what they're saying. I took some Spanish in high school, and that was about it. And I'm definitely not even remotely fluent in that language. And yeah, I pretty much just know English for the most part. Also, that does remind me, if you can speak any other language other than English, you could probably get into the beta test very easily. Like, it doesn't even matter what language it is, as long as it's one that exists within the game. Which, what even is the full list? There's Italian, French, French, Italian, German, Spanish, Chinese, and Russian. Did I do the flags right? I can forget which flags are which. I think that was correct. But if you speak any of those languages, you could probably like automatically get into the beta test. Because they definitely need more people to help translate the game, that's for sure. Into, well, they already have people to like, that they pay to translate the game. But they need people who actually are competent with the language as well to kind of like make sure there's not excessive amount of mistakes like there always is. But anyways, let's go and get a level on Barbarian. Still need to go do that. So let's go and just do that under Zacian. Do it with pure armor here. I'll go for armor. Go for that. Let's go for here. Go for Explorer. And where's my team? Right over there. And let's go get a level on Barbarian. How close are we even to getting a level on it? We're actually almost already there. Get our 69, and then we just need to get 70. And then we finally have this class maxed, because it doesn't need 100. Because like many hero classes, it does not get a good perk for 100. You're waiting for the Klingon version. And I'm still kind of surprised they haven't released for Japanese yet. I would really love to see what kind of kingdom they do based on that when they do. Because when they did Chinese localization, they added Shintang. So it'll be interesting to see what they do for Japanese if they ever do. Which is kind of funny because some of their past games are actually translated in Japanese. However, Gems of War is not. I think it might be because Match 3 games kind of already have a market that's a little bit different than the style of Gems of War. So it might just not be worth localizing there. Like, I know the genre already exists in Japan, but most of them are probably already so big and established that it's not really worth releasing there. Because you'll get almost no name recognition compared to the big ones that already exist. Especially since they don't really advertise or anything. Oh no, I wish they would. It's worth a shot. Though they probably have data showing that's not worth it. Yeah, Puzzles and Dragons is probably the biggest one in Japan, from what I'm aware of. I'm not sure of any others. But yeah, Puzzles and Dragons, I believe, is the most popular Match 3 in Japan. I might be wrong. But last I recall, it is. I think Gems of War is actually bigger than it, oddly enough. However, it is insanely huge in Japan relative to Gems of War. Even though I believe it has an overall smaller player base, its concentration is almost entirely in Japan. Or at least a really high concentration of it. We'll do a grab here. We'll get our explosion. Is it not bigger than Puzzles and Dragons? I have no clue how big Puzzles and Dragons is, so. I heard a lot about it several years back, but lately I haven't really heard anything about Puzzles and Dragons in recent times. I know they did a lot of advertising at first, which probably grew them up quite big. Let's see. Johnny, what was the first part of your question? I'm not sure what you were asking with that. Let's see. Yeah, the new languages are really expensive because they have to translate 1.5 billion things. There's a lot of words in this game. It might not seem like much because there's so few dialogues and stuff, but between all the flavor text and all the words on the cards, as well as all the words for the abilities, and then all the words for the quest lines, even though they're pretty short, they still come out to, I think, like 1,000 to 2,000 words per quest line or something, a few thousand. It might not seem like many words, but when you combine it all together, it's a decent handful. And I believe the game has several 100,000 words total, if you count like absolutely everything in it. So that's a lot to have to translate. Not to mention you have to translate it into all future releases as well. And that's not cheap. Oh, she was asking for a good Rowain team. Pretty much any Rowain with a mana generator, yeah. Like a Leprechaun or a Mountain Crusher. Or an Arskia Shield or Harpy. As long as you give it like half mana start off of Mirage Queen, and then you just feed it with something that can get pretty quick mana, you're pretty much good to go. I normally use the Leprechaun method like we're doing right now, which is one of the better options to feed it up, because it also has a +1 green, which of course goes into your Rowain first if you put the Leprechaun behind it. Oh, what weapon am I using? It's Dancing Daggers. You don't necessarily have to use this weapon though. It's actually stronger for upscaling if you use our Arskia Shield. The only reason I really use this dagger is because when you're fighting lower level battles, you might occasionally need it to clean up the battle, particularly if you're just doing something like Adventure Board, which is one of the main reasons why I have it like that. But there's plenty of other options. As long as you don't block your hero, or as long as you don't block Rowain, you'll be fine. So as long as you don't use a blue or green weapon, anything else is pretty much fair game as far as whatever you want to use. So it could be a mana generation option like Mountain Crusher, could be a small little damage poke, pretty much anything, as long as it doesn't block the Rowain. The main reason I use these daggers is because it has a really high damage relative to its mana cost. And it's good for wiping things out if Rowain doesn't end up getting a kill. Mine's currently doing 34 to all enemies. And it has an above average amount of AoE damage relative to its cost, as far as hero weapons that are single colored are concerned. And while Dawnbringer technically does more damage, it has a higher mana cost, plus it blocks on blue. More often than not, you'll see I won't even touch it. Every single one of these battles, we shouldn't even need to cast it a single time. So the weapon there doesn't matter that much. Yeah, Mirage Queen is an Underworld drop. You get it from Sunken Fleet. You need to throw 20 Chaos Shards each at the Sunken Fleet faction, and you have a chance of getting Mirage Queen. The exact chance is, it's relatively easy to get, but it depends how many shards you have spare. But it's, where was it? Its chance is 2.52% chance per thing that you open that you'll end up getting a legend, and it's 20 each every single time. But this is where Mirage Queen is from, as you can see right here. It's one of the better things that you can actually get from a faction. It has 50% elemental start. It also still has one of the better curses in the entire game, being able to 4x curse for 15 mana cost. And it also has a skull spam. It gets to convert greens to Doom Skulls, which is decent in some situations. Some teams you don't use it on, other teams you do. Puzzles and Dragons had 20k downloads in January this year, and his estimated earnings is 200,000 a month. Wow, that is high. It's one of those kind of mobile games then. I know, there's some that get into like absurd amount of monies. as far as how much they make quickly. I think there's even some that make over $1 million per day or something, which is absurd. Let's see, we'll throw that down. No, Gems of War shouldn't be hitting that high. Though it is definitely still decent what they're making. We don't really have numbers on it. But we do know that there are dozens, probably even hundreds of people that have spent over $8,000 on the game. But I'm pretty sure they're not making above $100,000 a month. They're probably even making less than $50,000 a month, though we don't know that data. What is the game code for? Use on gemsofwar.com or the redeem code section, and it just gives you a small amount of resources to your account. It's only usable on PC mobile version, but it gives you 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. Not that much loot, but a little something, if nothing else. Is Malcandessa worth getting Mythic as a newer player? Probably not, but it's definitely worth fully trading. Troops like that don't really gain much of a benefit from actually being upgraded, so you don't need to go too far out of your way. But if you don't already have the trade stones, you might want to get a few more copies to get her to legend, so you have enough to trade her. Getting to legend would end up giving you 12 of the trade stone, and that's exactly how many arcanes you need to level her up. Because you would buy the pack 6 times, which would get her to legendary. They would give you 12 arcanes, and 12 arcanes is how much you need. You'll still need the other trade stones, but the 12 arcanes is the harder one to get. Unfortunately, it did not work on the console versions. It has to do with policy on the consoles that prevents them from offering them to consoles. And they tried in the past, they just weren't able to get it by. But if anyone still has any other questions, do let me know. Because we'll probably wrap up as soon as we get our level here to 69. And then probably head over to Salty Stream. Just to get there a little bit early. She'll be going over to a new faction that's coming out this Friday. The faction is pretty useless, has extremely horrible troops unless they're going to be buffing them between now and then. Overall, not really that interesting of a faction. However, the most interesting thing that will end up happening out of it is the renown increase. It will be bringing in a permanent +1 magic for people who have really high renown. So that'll be the main thing that we'll be aiming for. And the pure faction will be interesting. It's probably going to be one of the more annoying pure factions to do. But at least it'll be a bit unique, if nothing else. It has a lot of random factors. Like, almost the entire kingdom is RNG, which is why I say it's going to be a little bit annoying. But mostly for pure faction, of course. I love 69. I know, she's going to tell us for an hour and a half straight how awesome the new faction is. Even though it's among one of the worst, because of how many RNG factors. However, one interesting thing about the faction, though, we will be getting our first dual storm. That was something added in the most recent patch, which feels like forever at this point. But we still have yet to get anything with a dual storm, even though that was a new feature that was added in the most recent patch. This Friday will be the first instance of that. It'll be on a completely useless troop, unfortunately, but nonetheless, we will be getting it. And also, we just gained our final level. Do you have any techniques to find mythics more easily? Pretty much just getting more resources is the only real easy way of getting more mythics. Just having more chances is the only real way to have a better chance of really getting them for the most part. So anything that can kind of save you gem value so that you can use more gems for gem keys and 50 bulks, or anything that can give you more keys are the two main things that will end up helping you. Let's see, you gotten 2 out of VIP keys. That's actually really lucky. We got 2 VIP keys the other day too, off the adventure board. She wrote the quest line, so expect some VA and background story with very little gameplay. Very true. She's been writing a lot of them recently, hasn't she been? I feel like she's almost been writing more of them than Surian recently. Probably because Surian's working on other stuff. Puzzle Quest 3, please. I have no clue what he's been up to. He's been up to something. Puzzle Quest 3 seems really imminent. Why else would they make an HD remake of Puzzle Quest 1? Like, they're planning Puzzle Quest 3. Like, there's a 100% chance that's happening. It might be years from now, but it's like almost 100% in development. And they're just keeping it on the down low. Because Puzzle Quest 1 remake came out of literally nowhere. We knew nothing about it at all until randomly, oh, here's the remake. Let's see. Throw that down. Also, it's still Switch exclusive. They'll probably be bringing it to the other consoles. They're probably waiting till next gen, though. So it might be a year before it comes to other consoles. Where can you stream you're talking about? Wait, sorry to repeat, but where can I that stream you were talking about? Oh, yeah, let me go get the link. Yeah, it's on Twitch. Let me go get the link. Where to go? Twitch.tv/infinity+2. It's easier just to give the link. But yeah, go say hi to Salty. She'll be starting in about 15 minutes, assuming she starts on time. She's the community manager for Gems of War as well. But there you guys go. There's the link. Go say hi to her when she starts. And yeah, if anyone else has any other questions, otherwise we'll probably be wrapping up. I'll probably head over there to watch a little bit of the stream, and then remind her at the end of the stream to go give me codes. And then we go from there, because I'm running pretty low on codes. But anyways, guys, go check out that link. Go say hi to Salty. She'll be starting in about 15 minutes from now. And she'll be going over the new faction that's coming out this Friday. But anyways, guys, I will catch you all later. Oh yeah, definitely feel free to leave like this stream. Helps out a lot, as Lockdown mentioned. But anyways, guys, I'm going to be heading out for now. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your night. We'll catch you over at the other stream if any of you head over there. And yeah, I'll catch you guys later. We'll be back streaming here on YouTube in an hour and a half prior to now tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as we do every single night. And tomorrow we'll mostly be going over Stonesong Aerie faction and messing with that. And of course, when the new faction comes out this Friday, we'll be able to go over it. Unfortunately, we can't do it early like Salty because she is the dev build of the game, and we of course do not. Even the beta test doesn't normally or doesn't ever have access to that early, unfortunately. But yeah, we'll be going over that this Friday once it comes out, and we'll go get finally our magic bonus, that permanent +1 magic. But hopefully we'll get purple D's this week too. These will be interesting to see a week where we get +3 magic, which will definitively be the most amount of magic we've ever gotten in a week as far as permanent bonus. So it'll be pretty cool to see, because the most we've ever gotten previously in a week was a +2 magic bonus. But it'd be cool to get a +3. Anyways, guys, catch you guys later. Thanks for stopping by, and have a wonderful rest of your week. Goodbye, everyone. Oh, and I didn't even really mention it, but happy President's Day. Goodbye, everyone.